Billionaire Elon Musk is getting pushback for calling Social Security the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time. Here he is talking about that on Joe Rogan's podcast.
You can tell me better than anybody.
Social Security is the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time.
Right, explain that.
Oh, so well, people pay into Social Security, and the money goes out of Social Security immediately. But the obligation for Social Security is your entire retirement career. So you're paying with you're paying like if you look at the future obligations of Social Security, it far exceeds the tax revenue. Far. Have you ever looked at the debt clock?
Yes.
Okay. There's our present day debt, but then there's our future obligations. So when you look at the future obligations of Social Security, the actual national debt is like double what people think it is because of the future obligations. So basically people are living way longer than expected. And there are fewer babies being born. So you have more people who are retired and that live for a long time and get retirement payments.
So in there, he admits what he thinks is the problem, right? Ah, man, people are living too long. Die sooner. Oh, and by the way, before you do, have a ton more babies. All right, that'll fix the problem. What? No, no. The problem here is that you got some BS. All right, well, that's a lot of BS. Calling it a Ponzi scheme, for example. Remember, a Ponzi scheme is basically an investment, fraud. Okay, that ends up with little or no legitimate earnings and tends to collapse after investors cash out. Okay, Social Security, nowhere near that. They've never missed a payment since their inception. Okay. In 2023, around 71.6 million people received benefits from programs administered by the SSA. And they've got a pretty damn good track record of making sure that people get the benefits that they're earned. Okay. Now, that said, he talks about, we got the debt obligations and stuff. No, it's all crap. But there is an issue with not having enough funding, okay, for Social Security. You know what? Could be remedied simply by what? Raising the cap or eliminating it on the billionaires who are paying to the fund. Yes, I know people are living longer, and that's because Social Security has actually made sure that people are able to retire and survive. Before Social Security, half of all seniors lived in poverty. As late as 1959, 1 in 3 seniors lived in poverty, and more died in poverty after their savings ran out because they couldn't afford to live. They would die out on the street. Okay? So, yeah, that's why people are living longer. So, you kind of show your hand, right? And you're like, well, I just want to kill grandma and grandpa. Oh, that's it. I mean, we can take away the programs that keep them alive. And because, me, the world's richest man, apparently can't afford to, what? Pay a little bit more in taxes. He gets, so he pays into Social Security, right? It takes him about a half hour, seriously, to pay in to Social Security for the entire year. That's how much money Elon Musk makes. Okay? So it does not take these billionaires any time at all to pay in what the cap is. They hit that cap and they don't have to pay any more. So to see this guy complaining about it, we just don't have enough money coming in. Well, there's a real simple way to fix it. Okay? And for that, we go to Bernie Sanders for his reaction.
Now, I think what Musk, the wealthiest guy in the world, just said is totally outrageous. That's a hell of a Ponzi scheme when for the last 80 years, Social Security has paid out every nickel owed to every eligible American. Quite a Ponzi scheme. What is in fact a problem is that if we don't make reforms and improve the funding mechanism, in the next 9 years, the Social Security Trust Fund, which provides about 20% of the funding, will go broke. So what we have got to do, and I think most Americans agree, and I've just introduced legislation to do that, is you lift the cap on taxable income. Right now, Musk, worth $400 billion, contributes the same amount into the Social Security Trust Fund as somebody making $170 million. You lift that cap, we can extend the solvency of Social Security for 75 years, and you can raise benefits.
I mean, again, this guy has been consistently attempting to lift that cap and to increase Social Security benefits. In fact, just one of the bills that Sanders tried to pass just recently was an increase in Social Security benefits that was shut down by Republicans. Because, of course, right? Now, that said, Sanders is not the only one who has hit back against Musk. You have Social Security Works, for example. In their response, they noted that Social Security, which is 90% funded for the next quarter century, hasn't missed a payment in 89 years, and had accused Musk of, quote, defaming the program as part of an effort to cut benefits and otherwise destroy the program. Not just them. You also have Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who wrote on social media that, quote, this guy is a leech on the public. No matter how many billions he gets in tax cuts and government contracts, it will never be enough for him. Now he's going after the elderly, the disabled, and orphan children so he can pocket in tax cuts for himself. It's disgusting. 100%. And then you have Representative Greg Casar, chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, writing, a guy who makes $8 million a day off the government thinks senior getting $65 a day they worked their whole lives to earn is a Ponzi scheme. Indeed. Casar then wrote, protect Social Security, fire Elon Musk. Senator Patty Murray also wrote, Social Security is not a Ponzi scheme. It's a promise that every American pays into so they can retire with dignity. Get loud and tell Elon Musk to keep his hands off Social Security. And then getting back to one of Sanders' staffers, Warren Gunnels, who wrote, Elon Musk, the richest man alive, worth $359.4 billion, wants you to work until you drop dead. Social Security was signed into law 90 years ago. It's paid every benefit owed to every eligible American on time for 86 years and lifts over 20 million people out of poverty a year. And you know who hates that? Republicans. They despise it. They do want people to work until they die. And they do that, and they want that because they can use that money to enrich their donors. Donors like Elon Musk, who bought the presidency for $277 million. Now, of course, he's got in this whole, you know what? It's waste, fraud, and abuse. And the debt. We've got lots of debt, and it's all waste, fraud, and abuse. So we need to go through that. The only problem is that is a smokescreen. It is a smokescreen that these people are using to justify massive cuts to a program that works. And once they're done cutting it, they want to make it so that people would be okay with privatizing it, handing it over to Wall Street, and the super wealthy donors, the Peter Thiels, the tech bros of the world, okay, handing it over to them so that they can control your retirement. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.